Welcome back to At Home with Brody. Mother's Day, Trent. It's Mother's Day. Trent Hayson is here.
I think you say bow wow wow yippee yo yippee day.
Well,
yay, it's Mother's Day.
That's the second rap reference after the end of
that's the hip hop version of Mother's Day.
after the end of the second segment. You said, "All right, it's time to roll out," and I just started thinking about Ludacris. That's
man.
terrible.
The funny thing is, this past week, Patrick and I and Christian, so short of Travis and TJ, our radio team worked a golf tournament.
They were out
and the
sick.
funny thing is, we were out at Providence Country Club. Great tournament, supports Make-A-Wish every year. We support it. It's awesome, and we get to see the same group of guys out there come around, and it raises a ton of money and has for a long time. So thank you, Bill, for putting that on. But I don't want to call you out on the radio, so I'll just say Bill. Everybody knows him out at Providence, but humongous supporter of Make-A-Wish. Thank you, Amy Brindley, the CEO. But we were commenting on how, now people play radio in their golf cart.
Yeah.
And we got the different versions of what's popular. We got some old hip hop from the 90s, and then we got some old 70s hair band, 80s hair band, 70s, 60s, 60s beach music, and then we had some modern day country music. So kind of funny.
Some Jimmy Buffett, Bob Marley.
That's
We do have
why
a variance.
that's why I got hip hop in my mind. I'm usually all country these days.
But that's kind of funny. But you said roll out, and I've told you a story before. Is like whenever we're ready to go to school in the morning, that's what I'll tell Scarlett. It's time to roll out. That's how the song goes. So we do get to listen to some good music, Trent.
You do remind me of
I've just said Atlanta
of
thing.
Crisscross.
Yeah, thanks.
Where he closed backwards. Crisscross to make
I don't
you
even know to touch
jump,
that.
jump. I'm sorry, some of the audience probably doesn't know all these songs we're talking about, or they do because they heard their kids listening to them back 25 years ago, and, they were
it
going,
is Mother's
"What is
Day.
the matter with you, son?"
There we go.
The funny thing is, now all that stuff kind of looks innocent.
Yeah.
That's not funny. That's sad.
That is
but
sad.
it's true.
Go ahead.
We were talking in the break after
Yeah.
Janine walked out and talking about how we're actually doing Nicole Goolsby runs our Raleigh office, which we're very proud of. Mother's Day. Let's talk about it. Talking about how we're trying to embrace women, how we're trying to embrace diversity as a whole in our industry, both on the services side and on the construction side. But Nicole Goolsby runs our Raleigh office, and she's a very strong woman. And Janine had a client in Raleigh, and they got together. So Janine and Nicole are doing a project together in Raleigh. It's wonderful. And also, just the way the world spins, where we have our office in Raleigh, I think the connection came through Janine's daughter. One of her daughters lives up there, and she's in the same building, and that's how we got hooked up together on that deal. So,
Well, that's great. I mean, Trent, we talk about this all the time. I mean, that's three women in our industry. Our industry is dying for diversity. It's dying for more women to get involved. And I think it's almost like a lack of knowledge of what all is entailed in construction. Dave McGuire from Andrew Roby, COO, Christian and I went to a Mecklenburg County career fair and talked to like 3,000 high school kids that they were there trying to figure out, hey, what do we want to do? Where do we want to go? And we talked to a lot of young ladies, and they all say, hey, the ones that got interested in construction were like, hey, we're interested in design. And we would say, well, what kind of design? And they would say, well, web design or graphic design. It's like, have you ever thought about construction? Because there's that aspect involved there as well. And they all said no.
Well, you brought it up. Kayleen McCabe, we have on
she's
here.
great.
I mean, she is, a representative of trying to bring up the workforce.
Right.
She isn't trying to eat, and she doesn't even go on women or diversity. She's just trying to bring up the workforce
No matter who
of
it is.
skilled craftsmen,
Sure.
craftswomen. But she is a strong woman. She has a television show and all that stuff. We've had her on the show. We love her. She's a great friend. But people ask me all the time. I mean, clients, they're like, "Oh, wow, glad to see you have a woman running your Raleigh office. About time you got some women in your business." I'm like,
This isn't
there's
by
no
choice.
workforce.
There's no
I
workforce,
can go
right.
hire somebody that has never done construction or doesn't know how to talk it. So we got to groom them now, guys. We got to groom them now. But there's a humongous opportunity for women to come along in the construction industry. And frankly, I think they can make as much or more money in the long term because they are an asset. But they got to know that when they're young and they're getting their education.
Well, in to what Janine said, and if you missed the second and third segments with Janine Devaney, go back and listen to the podcast. And she says, all of the important decisions are made predominantly between Janine and the female of the house. And then the man comes in and screws everything up and says, how much?
No, the man, our best men clients, our best men and women clients, family clients, tell me or tell our project manager, like, look, I only want to deal with you when we're having a barbecue or drinking a beer and I'm writing a check once a month. If I have to go beyond that, it's not going to be a good phone call. So thank you to the women in the house. I want to say thank you to my wife, Reagan Hastings. She's a wonderful mother of 4 children, puts up with my crazy little tail. And thank you for my mom. She's a wonderful mother of 3 children. I live beside her. I give her a really hard time because she's my mom, and that's what I'm supposed to do. But she puts up with my crazy little tail living next door and my crazy little 4 tails that follow around me. But I think yesterday was somebody's birthday special to you, right?
Hold on real quick. You're not supposed to give your mom a hard time, especially not today.
No, you're not supposed to, but
you
it's
do
a natural
anyways.
thing to do.
I got
I got the woman's grass till I was 34 years old.
All right, so you kind of like deposited that in the account.
No, I didn't. It's just I'm human.
Your mom's wonderful. I'm just joking.
Err is human.
I hear you.
I love you, Mom. I love you, Reagan. Thank you so much. And go ahead and give your shout out.
Oh, there you go. Well, so this is a double whammy for my mom. Her birthday was yesterday, Saturday, May 13th, and then today's Mother's Day. And then obviously want to thank my wife, Jody, and my mom. Love you both. And it's good. For me, it's always nice because it's my mom's birthday and Mother's Day in the same weekend. She gets like the double whammy. Jody just gets Mother's Day. We make it twice as special.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We're going to exit on happy birthday for Sally McIsaac. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sally.
Wiggle, 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 whack. I come stopping with something pumping to keep you jumping. R&B,